Hello and welcome to my channel AB Make It Artwork, where we do what we do to make that artwork for you. And if you're new to my channel, maybe hit that subscribe button. Join the AB Creative crew. We do sketchy art things. Today's video is going to be an art ramble about a piece I like to call Rose Honey. And I think from the beginning, I'm going to talk about the art process. So as you can see right now, I am working on the sketch. I started off by coloring the background with some reds, a little bit of sienna, orangey brown, and then I worked on creating a skin tone under the sketch. Had to rework the sketch a couple of times because I don't like the hand, I don't quite like the pose. But once I got to a point where I really liked the sketch, I started to refine the skin, add some shadows, add some highlights, and I've really taken into consideration some of the feedback I got when I asked for feedback on my piece, Standing Sun, in a art group that I'm in. It's Loish's digital art group. I think it's a great group thus far. Feedback's really good, the people are really nice, everyone's super friendly, and if you're an artist looking for feedback or just other art friends and interaction, I totally recommend the group. Thus far, everyone's been really sweet. And something that I've applied is creating more dynamic contrast and allowing myself to have some sharper edges in the shadows in certain areas, like with the cheekbones and the differentiation between the chin and the neck. And later on you'll see the differentiation between fingers and hands. And it gives a soft, lineless appearance. Well, not completely lineless, but not the kind of graphic comical kind of lined way. And I think it's at this point that I combined well, not quite yet, but soon I'll be combining the sketch and color layer because I realized that the hand is much too big for the face. The face is too small. So I had to combine the sketch and color layers so that I could keep the features of the face about where I wanted them, but also make the face a little bit bigger, well, the head and face a bit bigger to fit with the size of the hand. Now it's at this point that I start creating new layers to add details in, for instance with the neck and adding certain shadows. If I didn't want to interrupt with other areas that I felt were just fine, I could create a new layer, create some shadow, create some lighting, and then erase away what I didn't need without compromising the sketch or what I had already underneath. And once I was happy with what I had, I would merge those layers down. And by slowly working in this process of adding layers, reworking details, finding what details I was happy with, and then merging it down, it's a process that takes some extra time, but I think the result was very lovely. Ooh, this is when I was starting to create layers with the add effect, and I got the nice warm honey glow colors on her face and eyeshadow. The colors are my favorite part. I do admit, colors are really saturated in this piece, and I really love the loud saturated way in which I made it. I think it gives a really big pop and a lot of warmth in comparison. It's a loud warmth in comparison or conjuncture with the serene, soft pose that she has. And I was just so in love with that dynamic, that she looks so soft and gentle, and there's an inner light shining through the glowiness of her cheeks, the glowiness of her eyeshadow. Just she's got an inner light glowing through whatever she got on. It was all so pretty. This piece came out so pretty. And I'm really happy with that. I'm thinking of making a kind of partner piece to go with it that I'd like to call Thorny Chocolate or Chocolate Thorns. And I have it in my head. I'm picturing it in my head. I don't want to talk about it too much because I want to save the image so that you can savor it when I show you the video of it or show it on Instagram. Because I am excited for the next video that's coming up. I'll let you guess what that is if you want to throw some guesses in the comment section down below. But the hair. I can't tell you exactly what I did with the hair. I don't know anymore because it's been a couple days that I've had this footage. I can tell you that I just love it. I love how the hair came out. If I had to say what my favorite parts of the piece are, I love how soft the hand looks, the lips and how glossy they look, the nice glowy effects of her cheeks. I love that. I love the definition of the shadow between the neck and chin. That's one of my favorite parts. And yeah, I think that's a lot of my favorite parts. Here is me working on the rose. And I say one rose because after I finally got a rose that I thought this looks good done, I just stuck with it and did not try any further. Because I was like, this is as good as it is gonna get, and I am just fine with that. I am peachy keen with it. And maybe it would have looked better had I done all the roses individually, but sometimes you just ain't got time for that. I definitely did not have time to be reworking and making a bunch of different roses. When I had finally made my perfect rose, I just could not do that. Could not handle that kind of stress. I was like, this is it. This is the rose. This is what I'm happy with. And to an extent, I really liked that also contrast, that the flowers looked very stylized compared to this very soft, semi-realistic looking face. There's just so much that I love about it. We're at less than a minute left with today's video. If you want to find me on any of my other social medias, I have a DeviantArt, an Instagram, a Tumblr, a Twitter, a Pinterest that I use for resources. Links are all in the description down below if you want to follow me on any of my other social medias. And, I hope you are having a wonderfully sketchy day wherever you are. And make sure to do what you do to make that artwork for you. Lots of love. Bye.